Did you recently pick up a new iPhone S or a 5C, or maybe you want to get the most out of your existing smartphone?
Joining us now, Tori Parkin, our tech expert, with something that is completely bonkers. It's so cool. Tell us a little bit about this little device.
I wanted to find something that I thought you might not know existed. This is great. It is a Steadicam, something similar to Hollywood. We're bringing Hollywood to your smartphone.
Well, and it seems like in Hollywood there are these huge contraptions. This is just a nice little handheld.
Well, what it does is usually when you film with your iPhone, it's shaky and you're walking.
Holding it, and it's got the booms.
That's a pretty nice camera in there. So if you put a nice flowing mount like this, your pictures just glide. Now I've got an example of this on a video that we took. I want to kind of show you the difference between using this as opposed to not using it. Now the video on the bottom is no Steadicam. The one on the top is with Steadicam. There I am using it. And we're going to show you another example there. See how it just kind of glides through the foliage there, and very easy to use.
Now, applications for using this, aside from everyday use, is like if you're at a soccer game and your kids are playing soccer and you've got, you're holding the phone and it's, doing this and it's doing this. You could be on the sidelines and you just...
And I mean, you can watch the full motion, see how it keeps the camera steady. That's the whole point of the name, Steadicam. And it just turns you into a Hollywood cameraman.
And this is good. You have a mount there for the iPhone. You can put...
I flip
pretty much. It's adjustable for pretty much any phone. Isn't it?
Well, you have to buy a different mount. They make, here's one for a GoPro, which you've got on there.
This one.
And this one here is for iPhone 5. They do have, if you got Samsung, you just have to do the particular mount that's in question. Now, one other thing about this mount, I could stick it right on a tripod too. So if I'm not doing motion shots or what have you, but if you're wanting to do those dog run videos through the house, there's nothing better than this.
Now that's great. Are these very cost prohibitive? Is this something that the average person can buy, or is it something that's pretty expensive?
I've seen them online for around $150. They're well built. And I think it's worth the money because it makes your iPhone into the equivalent of a $3,000–4,000 camera.
If you're going to be spending any time doing video, like significant videos with your iPhone, it's worth taking
We can
the time
have
to
some
do
pretty
this.
high production values, couldn't we? If you're, like you said, anything that requires motion when you're on the family vacation, and especially I'm thinking if you're on the side of the boat and you're taking pictures of the whales that are off the bow, off the stern, and you because if you're holding the camera, you're doing this.
You're up hiking, whatever it might be. I've done an even where I've been walking down a crowd at a dance recital, just wanting to film getting closer to the stage, and that shot going through the crowd just looks amazing. It takes what otherwise would be shaky and not very good and makes it into very pleasant watching.
And you can fine-tune it with these tilt controls, can't you?
You'd balance it perfectly, and the whole point of this is the counterweight down here steadies the camera up above. You want equilibrium, and that's what allows me to do this motion, and it's there. Why don't you give it a try?
I think it's amazing to me that it's just so simple.
Watch out, camera guys.
I was going to say, it looked a lot better when he was doing it, didn't it? But yeah, I mean, my hand is wiggling here, and the shot is not wiggling.
It's just staying steady.
If you want a quality difference to your home videos, Steadicam's got the answer.
What kind of apps do you use for like really good, I know the iPhone comes with its own video app, but are there any like other apps that you use to, make it a little bit more production value? Or?
You can, there's more coming out every with every release of software. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. And that it's a little higher learning curve. I know Garth has a great program that's very user friendly, and we'll have to post a link to both on the website.
Because it's always fun. I mean, if you've everybody kind of aspires to be a filmmaker. Whether it's your Christmas pictures, the Christmas videos, and there's some really cool things you can do with the apps. And then you add on a thing like this, with a Steadicam, and next thing you know, you're Martin Scorsese.
And you make that investment in your smartphone more worth.
Absolutely.
Well, if you think about it, this wasn't even possible, just a few years ago. The fact that we all have these HD cameras right on hand, it's really amazing.
Right with you. And so we're seeing lots of people shoot videos, and now you can shoot it even better.
And they do come in larger sizes if you want it for a digital SLR or larger cameras.
Fantastic. Tori, thank you so much.
And coming up next, we'll have your answers to our question of the day.